You might remember my video from earlier this year on the new Kaohsiung train station. After I published it, it got the attention of the design architects, Mecanoo. Incredibly, they invited me to join them in Tainan last month to visit another one of their completed projects, the Tainan Public Library. This video is going to be my vlog on a quick journey to Tainan, exploring the library and share some of my thoughts on the architecture and the recent transformation of the urban fabric. If that sounds interesting, please subscribe my channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out the future video. So let's get started. This isn't my first time in Tainan, and I know that this city is a little bit different from other Taiwanese cities like Taipei and Kaohsiung. Here's a little historical background of the development of Tainan City. Tainan is actually the oldest city in Taiwan, when the Dutch established a colony here in the 17th century. Fort Zeelandia was built in the current Anping district as their earliest European settlement. Later, it became the capital of the Taiwan prefecture under the rule of the Qing dynasty and expanded the city to the current main city center area, with neighborhoods developing around Chinese temples. During Japanese rule in the late 19th century, the roads built during the Qing dynasty were modernized with wide boulevards. You can also see a lot of heritage buildings in the city center. For example, the Hayashi department store and the No Bank building on this corner were built during this period. Then in the post-war period and the 21st century, the city continued to expand, first in the Anping district, before the development shifted towards the east. The historic core remains a focus, while the periphery areas are developed as new places for living, as well as for emerging tech-related science parks. With that long history and different colonial eras, Tainan has buildings with European, Chinese, and Japanese styles. But because of that, Tainan grew so organically over centuries. Its road pattern is irregular, and the traffic can be a little bit messy. I remember having a hard time catching a cab at the train station a few years ago. It seems like things are changing recently. Let's talk about the Yong district today, where the new Tainan Library sits. The Yong district, strategically positioned between the old Tainan city center and the southern Taiwan Science Park, has benefited from this and started a major redevelopment. This massive piece of land from the former Yong Artillery School has made spaces for the new master plan development with commercial residential buildings as well as vast green spaces. The Tainan Public Library is part of the beginning phase of this large master plan development. It was completed in 2021. We took a cab from the city center to the library and saw ourselves gradually moving from a densely built city with typical Taiwanese shophouses to a wider road with more greenery. As you get closer, your attention is drawn to the building's simple yet iconic shape. As the architects highlighted, the core design concept was to create the feeling of the modern bamboo forest. This is most dramatically achieved through the building's inverted shape. It's smallest at the ground level and expands outwards as it rises. It creates a generous shaded plaza underneath, acting as a natural shelter from both the intense sun and sudden rain, which perfectly suits Tainan's subtropical climate and provides a spot for different types of activities. The golden facade really complemented with the sunny weather on the day I visited. It beautifully incorporates traditional window lattice patterns from the old houses in Tainan. I also find the design of the columns really interesting. They aren't just giant pillars. Each one is splitted into 4 smaller, more slender columns on the plan. The architect mentioned that this took quite a while to coordinate with the structural engineer, but they made it happen. The final look further enhances the modern bamboo forest concept. Stepping inside, you will see the spacious ground floor with warm wooden interior decor, and the temporary exhibition is visible right in front. And then when you step into the central area and look up, you'll see the eye-catching artwork. This sculpture is done by Paul Kossach, a London-based designer. Those loose pieces of white acrylic floating on the atrium symbolizes the freedom of thought and the pleasure of reading. Near the entrance, there is also a striking feature staircase. Its bright red color contrasts with the library's overall vibe, making it an instant Instagrammable spot. As you walk up this staircase from the ground floor to the top, you can feel the atmosphere gradually become more peaceful and quiet. The idea of a library is actually going through a huge transformation in the current digital era. It's not just a quiet place to borrow books anymore, it's becoming a real community living room. Here in Tainan Public Library, you'll find art exhibitions, a cafe, and even a cooking studio. There's a whole basement floor for the kids as well, where they can play without disturbing anyone. Having a large park right next to the library also gives the community a wonderful place to relax and enjoy themselves, extending the library's role as a true center for community engagement. I was always curious about what didn't get built, so I asked the architect. They mentioned that originally they wanted the basement cafe to open directly into a beautiful sunken courtyard. But for the strict control access, the library can only have a single main entrance on the ground floor. It could be good to have direct connection to the outdoors. I was also hoping to check out the rooftop garden, but unfortunately, it was closed on the day of my visit. It's a common challenge with public buildings, where spaces designed for everyone to enjoy end up with restricted access. This library is a significant project. It's just one of several that Mecanoo has completed in Taiwan. They also designed the Kaohsiung National Arts Center and the Kaohsiung train station. You can see the outlook of these projects are quite different. They don't have a signature architectural form. Instead, it's more about letting the function, the site, and the environment determine the shape of the building itself. And this library is a perfect example of the larger transformation happening across Tainan. Similar to the Kaohsiung railway station, the Tainan main railway station is being rebuilt to remove the tracks underground while preserving the beautiful historic station building above. On top of that, construction of the city's new Metro Blue Line is about to begin. I would really love to cover these new projects in a future video. How do you think about the recent development in Tainan City and the design of the new library here? Comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next one.